Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Niger once again, and this is going to be another wrestling predictions video. So, this Sunday is AEW Dynasty. Now, I kind of briefly touched on this previously, but I'll bring it up here again. It might be a little bit before I get to Dynasty. As I mentioned, I started a new job not too long ago. My first paycheck isn't gonna be for a little bit. So I probably won't be watching Dynasty, at least not on this Sunday. Once I definitely will get to it at some point down the line, but just not quite yet. So the review for that won't be for a little bit. But yeah, but in the meantime, I still want to at least get my predictions out of the way. For AEW Dynasty, looks like a new pay per view event for AEW. AEW apparently wants to up their pay per view schedule, meaning more pay per views. More pay per views throughout the year, being a bit more strain on my wallet. Nice. But nevertheless, as for Dynasty here, we have quite the card for AEW Dynasty. As a lot of people are pointing out, and I kind of echo the sentiments, with the exception of like maybe one or two matches, this is a damn good card. I must admit, like there are some absolute bangers, at least in theory, on paper, or hopefully they're bangers in execution, but in theory, some solid picks here, some solid matches. So without further ado, let's get right into it. There's a couple things we have to mention though. For starters, we have two pre-show matches and then the main card, but I probably won't watch the pre-show. When I do my Dynasty review, it will just be of the main card. But also, this is just the order that it's listed on the wiki. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is the order that the matches will happen on the show. With maybe the exception of like one or two matches, such as like the World Championship match, and we'll obviously get to that. And it even does say like card subject to change, and this is just the card. And also, it's worth noting this is the card at the time of recording, and I'm recording this Thursday night, meaning it's definitely pretty close. So unless they add a match to it, hit in the dead of the night, you can probably go ahead and assume this will be the final card. But without further ado, let's get right into it. At least in terms of the match, even if it's not necessarily the match order for Dynasty. But with all the preliminaries out of the way, let's finally get into it. Starting with a winner takes all match for both the AEW World Trios Championships and the Ring of Honor World Six Man Tag Team Championships, as the Acclaim, aimed at being Anthony Bowens and Platinum Max Caster, as well as Daddy Ass Billy Gunn and will be battling in Bullet Club Gold, that being Switchblade Jay White, and the Guns, that being Austin and Colton Gunn. Man, like, I kind of have mixed feelings about how this, at least where this match is in terms of it being on the card. Of course, these two were aligned as the Bang Bang Scissor Gang at one point, but they are officially no more. Bullet Club Gold. Remember that they were supposed to be heels and turned on the Acclaimed. And also, does that mean they kind of just kind of forgot about their gripe with the Undisputed Kingdom, more specifically Jay White, considering the Masked Men attacked him essentially, but nevertheless, so shortly of partnership, but it's leading to this here, and I'm surprised that the Acclaim were surprised that they were turned on by Bullet Club Gold. Have you forgotten that? The Guns have turned on Daddy Ass previously? This isn't unfamiliar territory with them, and again, they are heels. The fact that not even just the fact that the World Trios Championships are on the pre-show. I don't even remember the last time. Someone tell me, when was the last time the World Trios Championships were defended on the main show. I'm pretty sure it was before the Acclaimed one on it. And if it was after, then I totally forgot about it. But I'm pretty sure it was before. But man, what a shame! Like, hey, what a shame! Like, hey, hashtag bring the Trios Championships back to the main card. But also, also the fact that Bullet Club Gold is on the pre-show. But a lot of people pointing out how this is just another telltale sign that AEW isn't quite using Jay White correctly, and it's hard to disagree. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to disagree. But the other thing is what is if you were questioning whether or not Tony Khan actually really cared about how more specifically AEW, maybe it's not. Well, he is a CEO and president, so it's obviously is his call. But if you're wondering how AEW feels about their Ring of Honor championships and about the Ring of Honor brand, yeah, I think that his puts those questions to bed, because as Tony Khan has confirmed that this is going to be a winner takes all match for both the World Trio Championships and the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championships, meaning that they'll be that they'll essentially the winners will walk around with both championships. Man, and I think I mentioned this before, but man, AEW loves them some double champions, and at least I guess at least unlike WWE, they aren't always unifying the championships, which I will be talking about, like the new World Tag Team Championship designs. It's not in the cards for this week's episode of System Shock Radio, but it is for next week's, only because I already kind of had my topics locked in for this episode, and that didn't quite make the cut. But nevertheless, as for this one probably could go either way. Hey, I'm tempted. I'm probably tempted to go with the Acclaimed, but Bullet Club Gold, man, they deserve better. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the Acclaimed. I think they're gonna retain, but man, bring the World Trio Championships back to the main show. Oh, come on, man. But man, and what a fall from grace for the Trios Championships. Like going from House of Black rules, or before that, the Death Triangle and the Elites damn near killing each other, or to be AEW World Trios Champions, to not even making it on the main card. So somebody make a video about that, the downfall of the AEW World Trios Championships. And by somebody I mean I might make a video at some point about it, but man, what a shame. And it's not, and I can't really blame the Acclaimed for that. Like they're just doing what they're supposed to do, and the scissor stuff is still relatively over, but with the crowd and everything, but man, it's unfortunate. But yeah, so there's that match. I think I'm gonna lock in with the Acclaim though. But man, I spent way too long talking about that match. Let's move on because next up is Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal. Trent Beretta has finally done it. Best friends are no more, or at least in terms of Trent Beretta, he turned on Orange Cassidy a couple weeks ago on a Dynamite after they lost in the tournament to the Young Bucks. So Trent Beretta has gone full heel. It's something you definitely saw coming, but and now it looks like Trent Beretta is having this match against Matt Sydal to kind of further his heel turn. I'm surprised they aren't doing Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy, but they're probably holding out till Double or Nothing. But as for this one, I think I'm gonna go with Trent Beretta just to give him the win. And next up in trios action, and kind of speak of the devil a little bit, because the House of Black, that being Malachi Black, Brody King, and Blake Matthews, will be taking on the team of Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. So, these two sides have been having their issues with the House of Black for a bit, and of course Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe have that friendship stuff going on, stemming from Mark Briscoe becoming the new Ring of Honor World Champion, beating Eddie Kingston for. So, congrats to Mark Briscoe, of course, and And of course, awesome that both he and his brother, the late Jay Briscoe, won the champion. Have both won the Ring of Honor World Championships. But yeah, they've been kind of in the crosshairs of the House of Black. Heck, I'm tempted to say the good guys are gonna win this, but it'd be awesome. But it would be also kind of cool to see the House of Black get some momentum again. And even though the House of Black, or at the very least Malachi Black and or Buddy Matthews, who's may or may not have one foot out the door at this point, but I'm not gonna speculate on that too much. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the face team of Copeland, Eddie, and Mark Briscoe. Then next up, FTW rules for the FTW Championship as Hook defends against Chris Jericho. A couple things for starters. Man, we almost had the car of the year, and then they had to add this match. At least a lot of people's opinions. But then the other thing is between this and the World Trios Championship, yeah, I think the wrong match made the pre-show. Like, all right, I can't be too harsh on it because they kind of have been building the story. Hook and Chris Jericho, they've fought. They've kind of been like tag team partners. They kind of almost had a stable thing going on, and now they're back to like fighting again. It's kind of weird. I think the Chris Jericho Vortex is definitely kind of a real thing because it feels like a Chris Jericho is supposed to elevate people, but he really doesn't. Probably the only people in AEW who kind of got elevated after feuding with Chris Jericho was like the pinnacle, and it was more so just MJF, but they were already essentially made as stars, and especially MJF, but like they were already kind of made men, but I guess they got a little extra after their feud with Jericho. I guess, but yeah. So why are these two fighting again, and why is Hook stuck in this feud with Chris Jericho? And I doubt Jericho's winning this. It's like, and Hook is speaking of one foot out the door. Hook apparently is going. His contract expires at the end of the year with AEW, and he's gonna try it. He's gonna weigh his options within free agency. He within WWE, I think it would be pretty cool. I wonder if they'll let him keep his name though. But if he does resign with AEW, please do something with him. Like he was in the world title picture not too long ago. He fought Samoa Joe, and now kind of falling back down the card. What happened? But nonetheless, I think I'm gonna go with Hook there. But next up for the AEW International Championship, Roderick Strong will be defending against Kyle O'Reilly. So Kyle O'Reilly came back not too long ago. He actually came back at Revolution, which I did review on the channel. So if you haven't already, go check out that review. So kind of didn't want to join the Undisputed Kingdom, and Roddy Strong's not having that. Ultimately attacking Kyle O'Reilly. He after Roderick Strong's match with Rocky Romero, I think it was they faced, but now. Roddy Strong, Kyle O'Reilly officially looks like no longer friends, and Kyle O'Reilly not wanting to join the Undisputed Kingdom, and so Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy Strong, not happy about that. So, now they're going to face here, or as for who's going to win the International Championship. Honestly, this could go either way. This looking forward to is going to be a solid match, but this one could go either way because on one hand, Roderick Strong just won the International Championship at Revolution, and Magic's probably not dropping it yet, but at the same time, Kyle O'Reilly just came back, and it would be awesome for him to get the momentum, especially now that he's on his own again, of course, because Bobby Fish is no longer in AEW, but man, when Kyle O'Reilly got injured, like Red Dragon was still there. There was a lot that was still going on when Kyle O'Reilly was in AEW that's no longer happening. Like Kyle O'Reilly, I think, actually, now that I think about it, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Kyle O'Reilly straight up missed MJF's entire AEW World Championship run. Like that is crazy thing about. Let me see when did Kyle O'Reilly get injured? When was he taken off for injury? Because he was injured for almost 2 years. I think he did miss like MJF's entire World Championship run. On the on the August 3rd episode of Dynamite was the last appearance, and that's when Adam Cole and Red Dragon turned on the Young Bucks, uh, 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 but that was a while ago. Sadly, I didn't really lead anywhere because Kyle O'Reilly got injured. Adam Cole still wasn't clear, and then Bobby Fish has left not too long. Left not too long after her, and then the fight happened, and not too long after that, at least with the Elites and CM Punk, of course. But man, so Kyle O'Reilly, you forget how long he was on the show for. Like he literally missed MJF's entire world title run. But yeah, I think I might. I think, you know what? Call it a bold prediction. I think I'm gonna go with Kyle O'Reilly here. I think Kyle O'Reilly might take the title off of Roderick Strong. And apparently Adam Cole might not be on TV for a while, because like him being on the road and stuff is kind of hindering his recovery and everything. Which Adam Cole's been on the show for a while as well, but yeah, so but I think I might go with Kyle O'Reilly for that match. But then next up for the AEW TBS Championship in House Rules was Julia Hart will be defending against Willow Nightingale. So these two have been feuding for a little while, and for many months now. And I imagine it'll likely culminate here. It might still continue, but I think this will be a pretty solid culmination. As for who's winning this one, I think I might go with Willow Nightingale. Well, Nightingale's really over right now. How it be the face would the heel would definitely get their comeuppance. Granted, not every match has to have the heel get their comeuppance, but sometimes I think it definitely works out. And here I think it would work out. So I think I'm going to go with Will Nightingale winning the TBS Championship there. But then next up for the AEW Continental Championship, Kazuchika Okada will be defending against Pac. So Kazuchika Okada was signed to AEW. He's heel. He's joined up with the Elite. Which is funny, speaking the Elite, of course. But Okada is joined up with the Elite. Pac came back not too long ago. This kind of like Rod Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly is kind of, this one could also go either way. On one hand, Okada is still pretty big, at least in AEW, who at this point joining up with the Elite and beating Eddie Kingston for the Continental Championship. But Pac came back not too long ago. But I think I'm gonna go with Okada on this one. I don't think Okada is going to be dethroned by Pac, but I'm sure this will be a really good match. But I think I'm gonna go with Okada here. But then next up, speaking even more of the Elite, although this is the last time they're appearing on this card, are in the tournament finals in a ladder match for the vacant AEW World Tag Team Championships. The EVPs, the Young Bucks, being Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, will be defending against FTR. So, the Young Bucks, obviously, he turned fully heel during their feud with Sting and Darby Allin, embracing their roles as EVPs, and that included it showing the footage from CM Punk and Jack Perry fighting at All In, which I talked about on the channel earlier on this week on I think it was Wednesday. I talked about it. Either Tuesday or Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. But if you haven't already, go check that out. Yeah. So essentially blaming that for the Young Bucks losing at All in Wembley, but now the Young Bucks seeking to get some retribution and become AEW World Tag Team Champions again, and meanwhile, throughout the tournament ends, it's come down to these two teams. So who's walking out? AEW World Tag Team Champions. AEW World Tag Team Champions, I should say. This one could go either way, but I'm tempted to go with the Young Bucks. I think it'd be interesting to see what type of reign they'd have as World Tag Team Champions with this character, how they could incorporate into their character, like the character itself of like the Young Bucks leaning into their roles as EVPs and everything. I think that part is interesting, but then like the CM Punk stuff is kind of And but then like the CM Punk stuff is kind of where things got a little muddy. But I am interested to see what they do with this character with them as tag team champions. So I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks here. Then next up for the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm would be defending against Thunder Rosa. So Thunder Rosa came back not too long ago. It's kind of been working her way up to the Women's World Championship, and meanwhile, Toni Storm has been doing her thing. And so, who's walking out victorious here? This one, I think, while I think this one. Honestly, I might go with Thunder Rosa here. She has been getting quite a bit of momentum ever since her return and everything. So I might go with Thunder Rosa here. But hopefully the champion. Hopefully the momentum doesn't stop for Toni Storm. Like, I want to see her keep going with this character because it is a fun character. But please, AEW, come on, just one time, just one time, please, just once, just this once, please. Have the match in black and white. I promise. If this match is not in black and if this match is in black and white, I should say, I promise I will never ask again. You have my word. I will never ask again. Please, just one. You have her Toni Storm's entire entrance in black and white and everything, and which obviously it'll make sense. The homage to Marilyn Monroe and everything. But hey, come on, just this one. I promise I'll stop asking about it. You absolutely have my word. Just please, just this one match. I promise I'll stop asking about it. They're probably not going to do it, but man, that'd be a lot of fun. But if they don't do it, we will have this exact discussion when Double or Nothing comes up. But nevertheless, next up, have a very interesting, in a way, kind of dream match as Will Ospreay will be defending, won't be defending anything except good old fashioned pride against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the first. This was the first match announced for Dynasty, but this definitely is a dream match, and this I can tell is gonna be a fun one. Like definitely a fan of these two who bodies of work. Seeing Will Ospreay more and more, as he's been appearing on AEW TV, even though obviously he just has officially became an AEW star as of Revolution, but even seeing him at like Forbidden Door and then like All In London and everything, and has been really cool. And then meanwhile, of course, just about always been a fan of Bryan Danielson / Daniel Bryan. So this is gonna be, I am excited for this one. I think it's probably gonna go to Ospreay, but although it would kind of suck for Bryan Danielson to lose 2 pay-per-views in a row, but it's Ospreay, so I'm sure he can live with it. But last certainly not least, and it's not like Danielson's stock will go down. People have beaten Bryan Danielson, he's still he's still probably one of the best in AEW. But nevertheless, as last certainly not least, and what I'm sure definitely will be the main event for the AEW World Championship, Samoa Joe will be defending against Swerve Strickland. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of at a crossroads with this one. On one hand, and Samoa Joe is someone who definitely deserves a lengthy run with the AEW World Championship. He, of course, won it from MJF back at World's End, and of course has defended it quite a few times since then. And so Samoa Joe is someone who definitely deserves a long reign, but at the same time, it might be now or never for Swerve. Like, Swerve is as hot as he's been. Like, he's over like crazy. To the point where he was kind of forced to turn face. If there's any time to pop the world championship on Swerve, it's definitely now. He has the talent, he has the charisma, and he's over like crazy with the fans. And they might not get another opportunity. Like, they could pop it on him later, but he might not be as hot as he is now. Although Oh, that although that's very so like sometimes some wrestlers are able to maintain that level of popularity. Like LA Knight still gets a really big pop when he comes out and they still quote his catchphrase and he's still over like crazy. But at Swerve, he may or may not get it another opportunity quite like this, or at least being at like the absolute peak of his popularity. So you know what? Sorry Samoa Joe, but I think I'm gonna go with Swerve on this one. Like I think it definitely is Swerve's time. It's Swerve's house. House definitely you make it happen. Like it would suck, but A, Samoa Joe could always win it later on again anyway, and B, he Swerve's definitely he's definitely earned it, like putting in the work and everything, and definitely getting over like crazy with the crowd. But excuse me. Nevertheless, that's my predictions for AEW Dynasty. So what do you guys think? Let me know. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And actually, real quick, kind of unrelated. I just looked at the poster for this, and Christian Cage is on the poster holding the AEW TNT Championship. Well, blame Adam Copeland for that one, I guess. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops, and put your AEW Dynasty predictions in the comments below. Who you think is walking out champion? What do you think is gonna be the match of the night, the strongest and weakest match of the night? For me, the strongest match of the night. There is like I said, this is probably a lot of people are right. This is probably like one of like the strongest AEW cards just on paper. Like this is gonna be a solid card, at least on paper. Hopefully it delivers. For match of the night, it's probably going to go to Ospreay versus Danielson. That's going to be a really good match. As for the weakest, it's definitely going to be Hook versus Jericho. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.